we would like to welcome our artists today who are performing Panchabhutatmakam Shivam. The program conceived by this quartet, I would say, Mrs. Aarti Shankar on violin, Skanda Narayanan on Kanjira, Krish Mohan on Mridangam, and Sreeram Venkat on Venkat. The artists are not new to us. They are here all the time. It took us a bit to bring you all here, so apologies for the delay for the mini concert series. I hope this is the first of many that we will have in front of our Sannidhi, Ambal Sannidhi, and I welcome you all to come and offer any time in tribute to our gods anytime. With that, without further ado, I welcome the artists. Thank you Madhuji and Venkat for setting up the audio here today. Thank you. Enjoy the concert.
Panchabhutatmakam சரியா கேக்குதா? அங்க சரியா கேக்குதா?
கேட்குறது என் வைஃப் ஏன் able to hear இல்லையா? அவங்க அங்கே தான் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அங்கே தான்
So you can decrease them slightly and increase them. Especially left side Mridangam decrease nalaவே பண்ணிக்கலாம். Namaste everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon. So this presentation, when Gayatri auntie asked me to put something together, she said try to make it a little bit of an interactive experience. So it will be kind of like a Carnatic Kacheri mixed with some aspects of a Lec-Dem. It will not be like a full Lec-Dem. It will have some aspects of Kacheri, there will be Manodharmam and everything. So we're going to try to present the theme of today, which is the Panchabhutatmakam Krithis of Sri Swami Dikshita. Before that, I want to give an outline or introduction to, first of all, what are the Panchabhutas. So we're going to start from the Shruti. So the Upanishad, it says Tasmadva Yadasmad Atmana Akasha Sambhutah. So from the Parabrahma, the first thing that comes is the Akasha. Then Akashad Vayuhu. From the Akasha comes Vayu. Vayor Agnihi. From the Vayu comes Agnihi. Agnerapah Adbhyav Prithvi. So this is what is said in the Shruti, which means the 5 elements, the 5 Panchabhutas, or Akasha, which is space. I think there's a misconception that it is the sky, but it's actually just space. So anywhere there's space, like here, there's space. That is Akasha. Vayuhu, which is wind. Agnihi, which is fire. Apaha, water. And Prithvi, the earth. So this entire creation is made up of these 5 elements. And each of these 5 elements has an associated what is called a Tanmatra. So for Akasha, the Tanmatra is Shabda, which is sound. That is the unique property of the element of the space, which is sound. And then the same associated sense, we each have one of our 5 senses associated with that element. So the sound is obviously related to our ears. And then the next one is Vayu. Vayu, which has the sense of Sparsha, which is touch. And that is related to our skin. Then Agni, which gives sight and Rupa, the form. And Apaha, which is water, has taste, which we can taste. And then finally, Prithvi has Gandha, smell. So these are the 5 Panchabhutas. Actually, there are many connections between the number 5 and Parameshwara, Shiva. So Shiva is said to have Panchavaktra. Again, it came in the first Kriti. That's why I chose that as the first Kriti, because it has the words Panchabhutatmakam and also Panchavaktra Shivasutena, and it's a Ganesha Kriti. So that was kind of like a nice thing that happened. It's not like the traditional invocatory Kriti of Panchabhutatmakam Kritis or anything. It's just another Swami Dikshita composition that happens to have this kind of thematic element to it. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna Bhagavan says, Bhumiravo nano vayuhu khammano buddhirevacha ahankara idiyam me bhinna prakriti rashthada. So again, Bhagavan will say what is already there in the Shruti. Again, he is saying that the Paramatma, that it unfolds as different elements, and these elements include the 5 Panchabhutas, as well as the Mano, Manas, the Buddhi, and the Ahankara. These are all 8-fold appearances of the same Parabrahma. That is what is said. And this Parabrahma is often referred to as Ananda, Satchidananda. Okay? And in the first Kriti, we are going to look at, which is related to the Akasha Sthalam of Chidambaram. The Sri Dikshita begins itself with the word Ananda. Ananda Natana Prakasham is how that Kriti is started. Since Ragam Kedaram, you'll be able to notice if you listen carefully, all of the Raga Mudras, the names of the Ragams, will appear in the Kritis themselves. So if you want to, while you're listening, try to watch out for those Raga Mudras. A few words about Chidambaram. the sthalam. As you all know, that Nataraja is the famous deity that presides at Chidambaram. The Chidambara Mahatmya says that the two sages Patanjali and Vyaghrapada were wished to see the Shiva's Tandava. And so, because of their penance, Shiva himself appeared and showed his Tandava that happened at Chidambaram. This is referenced in the Kriti itself. You'll see that at the end of the Anupallavi, the Patanjali and Vyaghrapada will make an appearance. There's another episode that happens at Chidambara where there's a kind of a friendly competition or a rivalry between Shiva and Parvati as to who is the better dancer. And so Nataraja, we all know, is the lord of dance. Anywhere you see any dance performance, be it Indian, any sort of Indian dance, there will be some Nataraja Vigraha there. And Nataraja is the presiding deity of dance. And in that kind of rivalry, Nataraja ends up winning by doing this Urdhva Tandava position. And that is referenced in another of Sri Dikshita's Kritis as Navakani Jita Nartana Dhiram in the Shivakami Patim in the Natakunti Ragam. But here it is not referenced. Then another interesting thing we'll see as we come to the Charanam, there are references to Bhusurat Trisahasra. So the Chidambara is famous for the many families and generations of Dikshitas that are in there. And they have been worshipping the Nataraja for many, many years. And so that is a very important part of the Chidambara Mahatmyam that is brought out in the Kriti. And then another thing that is an important one is he mentions Advaita Pratipadyam. Shiva is the Pratipadyam of Advaita. He is expounded upon by Advaita. Why does he mention that? I think one episode of the Chidambara Mahatmya that is related here that could be relevant is the story of the Daruka Vanam. So Daruka Vanam is the forest area that is around the Chidambara. Chidambaras in south. All of these are in Tamil Nadu. Kalahasti used to be in what is the Tamil Nadu area. Now it is part of Andhra. But both of these are all in South India. And the Chidambara around that area is called the Daruka Vanam. And there were many sages there. And these sages were people who, they were doing karma and everything. They were doing yajnas and all of those, but they did not really believe in the end goal of everything. They just said, okay, karma is the end goal of it. We just do the yajnas and that's it. We enjoy the benefits of that. And so in order to teach them a lesson, Shiva and Vishnu came. And so Shiva came with a handsome appearance as the Bhikshatana. And then Vishnu came as Mohini Avatara. And so Shiva attracted away all of the wives of these sages, and Vishnu attracted away all of the sages. And then after the sages realized this, they got really mad. And they made another yajna, and they were like, okay, we're going to try to defeat Lord Shiva with this yajna. And from the yajna appeared one demon, a deer, a tiger, snakes, fire, and then the mantras themselves. So, and Lord Shiva, of course, he's not going to get defeated by these types of silly things. But the way he kind of teaches them a lesson is what is important here. He takes everything that those sages made appear out of that yajna and he incorporates it into his body himself. So the demon, you will see, if you look at a picture of Nataraja, you will see he's standing on a demon. The deer he holds in his hand. That is why he's Mrigadhara. Then the tiger, the skin of the tiger he wears. Shardula Charmambaram, you'll see in the Kriti itself, will show up. Then snakes, of course, Shiva is Nagabhushana. So the snakes are his ornaments. Fire, he'll hold in his hand as well. And then the mantras become his anklets or the kolusu or the shilangai for the dance itself. So this is the kind of Mahatmya of the Chidambara. Chitsabhesham is the main sabha. There are 5 sabhas in the Chidambara temple. The Raja Sabha, Deva Sabha, Nritta Sabha, Kanaka Sabha, and the Chit Sabha. Chit Sabha is where the Nataraja Murti is. The Ambal there is Shivakami. So all of these will appear directly in the Kriti. So you keep on the watch for these and enjoy the first composition, which is Anta Natana Prakasham Ragam Kedaram Visrachapatam. So, in same Sthalam of Chidambara, many other composers have composed Krithis about Sri Nataraja. But I think it would be remiss of me not to mention one of the most famous Tamil composers, Sri Gopalakrishna Bharati, who has composed whole many songs on Sri Nataraja. He's composed dramas, and so we present like a selection of one of the Krithis, Narayanan and then Sannidhi. Like this, I want to present a few Krithis of other composers pertaining to the same sthalas. So for the other Panchabhuta sthalas as well, we'll present just the Krithis. So the main pieces, of course, will be focusing on the Panchabhuta Linga Krithis of Sri Dikshita. But along the time, we also need to mention these other composers because they have also contributed a lot to Carnatic music and the Mahatmya of these sthalas. So, and it's also giving a composer appreciation, the language appreciation. So, for that reason, we'll include these compositions as well. Includes like a Chitta Swaram or a Jati Swaram in his compositions. There are a few of them that have it. This is one of them specifically, for Nataraja, the Lord of Dance, he has to include the Jati Swaram. That is why that featured so prominently in the Kedaram. After Akasha, we come to Vayu. Akasha, Vayu. Vayu is the element wind. And the sthalam for this is Sri Kalahasti. The name Sri Kalahasti itself refers to a story that is associated with the temple. Sri actually has a meaning that can mean spider. Kala means Kala Sarpa, and Hasti meaning elephant. So there are three devatas who had to take a form of the spider, snake, and elephant, and they came and worships Shiva there at Srikalahasti. It's a Vayu Lingam. There are a few lingams, Shiva lingams. Shiva is the Abhisheka Priya, as we all know. There are a few places like Srikalahasti and also we see at Ekambareshwara where the Abhishekam is not done directly to the lingam because it is like made of it is coming off like a earthen form. So the Abhisheka is done to some kind of, there's this golden covering. If you go to Kalahasti, there is golden covering there. The Abhisheka is actually done onto that golden covering. Vayu, how does Shiva manifest as Vayu can be seen evidently at Srikalahasti. The temple, if you go to the inner sanctum, is completely isolated from the outside world. But if you look at, there's one oil lamp, it will continuously be moving back and forth like this. There's no way, there's no ventilation shaft or anything, there's no like, oh, somebody's putting a fan. No. This is Shiva manifesting as Vayu. That is what's causing this this flame to waver like this. And a very famous story of Srikalahasti, which is also mentioned at the very end of the Skriti, Srikalahasti, is the story of Sri Kannappa Nayanar. Kannappa was a hunter, and one day he happened upon this lingam in the forest. And he's a hunter, and he sees Shiva, he wants to worship Shiva. So he worships him as he knows, with complete devotion. Okay, he doesn't know like, okay, he hasn't learned Vedas, he hasn't learned Shastras or anything. He knows bhakti to Shiva. That is how he worships him. As a hunter, he will offer whatever he hunts, some of that food he will offer to Shiva, and then he will take it. He'll take water, he doesn't have anything to carry the water, he takes the water in his mouth, and then he kind of puts it on Shiva like that. That is Abhishekam. He takes some leaves off the tree, the river tree, and he puts it on Shiva. That is his offering. But it is done with complete devotion. If we all go and do that with the mindset, I can also offer my mouth. No. He is doing it with the complete and pure devotion, and Lord Shiva is trying to test him. So one day what happens is when he is trying to do this offering, he sees some like blood coming out of the place near where the eye of Shiva is supposed to be. So he thinks, oh, maybe something is off with the Shiva's eye. Let me offer my own eye in place to help fix it. So he takes out one of his arrows and really gouges out one of his eyes and puts it on the Shivalingam. Then Shiva, again to continue the test, starts bleeding from the other eye of that linga. So he's like, oh, now I need to offer the other eye too. Let me mark the spot, because once I take out this eye, I will not be able to see where to put the eye, right? So let me mark that spot with my foot. I'll take out the eye and put it. Right as he's about to take out, Shiva comes in front of Kannappa and says, you have shown so much devotion. Establishes him as one of the Nayanas and restores his sight back. So this is referenced in the Hina Jati Kiradakena Pujita Kirte. The very last line of the Kriti, Sri Dikshita references this episode of Kannappa Nayana. The Ambal there is Jnana Prasunambika. So that Ambal name will generally come in all of the Kritis, except the last one we will see. But the Ambal that is associated with that temple will generally be in that Kriti. Jnana Prasunambika is that Ambal's name, because she has done a great penance and learned that Paramatjnana from that Parvati Devi. And then another, this is in the Ragam Husaini, as it is known now. Another name for it in the Dikshita Parampara is Hosani or Hoshani. That is going to be kind of hard to spot. If you can spot that name in the Kriti, you get bonus points. So we'll see. Okay, the next is Srikalahastisha Ragam Hoshani Panchabhutatmakam. Pranamaya Koshani Akasha. So all the names of the Panchabhutas also come in this kriti. Anila, Akasha, Bhumi, Salila, Agni also come. But the Pranamaya Kosha, Anila, those are joined to make the Mudra. After this, next sthalam we will come to is Tiruvannamalai, Arunachalam. Arunachalam, there are many episodes that happen here. We'll try to go through a few of them. Arunachalam is known as the Mukti Sthalam because Smaranat Kaivalya Pada, that will appear directly in the Nupalavi line of the kriti. There are a few places, like if you are born in Kamalalaya, Thiruvarur, you can get mukti. If you leave this earth from Kashi, Varanasi, you will get mukti. Darshanat Chidambaram. So, if you have darshan of Nataraja, you can get mukti. But the easiest one is Smaranat Arunachalam. So, if you just think of Arunachaleshwara, you can get mukti. So, that is a very profound thing that is about the power of the Shiva Arunachala. The Ambal there is Apita Kuchambra. The story there is that no one has had the milk from Ambal except only two people, Murugan and Samantha. These people have had the Jnana Pal, that is why they are called Jnana Samantha. And even in the last Kriti, if you notice, Jnana Guru Guha. Those references are to the fact that these are the only people who have had the divine milk of Ambal. The main story here is the depiction of the Adiyanta Mila Perumal. So, one time, Vishnu and Brahma were trying to see, I'll try to find the start of Shiva, or the head of Shiva, and you will try to find the foot of Shiva. And Vishnu takes Varaha Avatara, Brahma goes on his Hamsa Vahana, and Brahma goes up, Vishnu goes down and tries to search. They search for a whole long time, they cannot find it. Of course, they cannot find it, there's no Adi, there's no Antam to Shiva, Paramashiva. As Shiva gets mad at Brahma and for lying, so Brahma says, Vishnu at least comes back and says, no, I could not find. Brahma says, no, I did find. And then Shiva says, no, that's not okay. So Brahma used to have 5 heads, and Shiva tears off one of his heads. Now that's why he is Chaturmukha Brahma. That also happened at Arunachala. There's a unique kind of heat that you will notice if you go to Arunachala. That is the Tejomaya Linga. The Kriti here is Arunachalanatham Smarami. So Smara, of course, because that is enough to get mukti itself. What more do you need? One interesting thing is you can count the number of the times the Akshara Ra appears in this composition. Ra is a significant Akshara for the Agni. And so if you notice, like every line will have like 2 or 3 or 4 Rakara. That is unique to this Kriti. Arunachalanatham Smarami. So we'll present that next. Highlights about this raga itself. In Dikshidhar, the saranga doesn't go below knee, doesn't go above knee. Don't sing. Don't sing. It is, and then unique to this kriti, prayoga is unique to this kriti. Dikshidhar has a lot of these types of unique prayogas that will come up in certain ragas. This is one of them. Saranga has the meaning, Kaladhrita Sarangam is holding the deer in his hands. Saranga has another meaning of elephant. Elephant will show up a lot throughout, we'll see. But before we move on to the next tala, there is a very well-known Devar which has been composed here by Sri Tinnavankarasa, Raga Kiravani. So we present that shortly, then move on to the next one. This Vanani Madhisudiya Vaindani. How can I live without having you in my mind? Smaranath Kaivalya Prada. அப்படியே எடுத்துட்டு. So it's a complete parallel. Keep thinking of Arunachala, you will attain the mukti. That is the message that is carried in this Deva. Next we come to Tiruvanekkaval, Jumbukeshwara temple. Here Parvati does a tapas in order for Shiva to come. And she takes the water from the Kaveri river and puts it under the Mavapaya Riksha, which is kind of like a black plum grape thing. I don't know. It's kind of, I think there's some name for it in English. But that's why the Jambunatha, Jambukeshwara, that name comes from that tree. And then again, another episode with a spider and an elephant. So these animals will keep coming. So two Shivaganas were having some dispute, the Shivaloka. And then they had to come down to the earth. And one came as a spider, one came as an elephant. But they're Shivaganas, so they are still worship Shiva. The elephant will take water from in his trunk and then pour it on Shiva as the Abhisheka. And then the spider will continuously make a web on top of Shiva to protect it from like debris and things. But these elephant and the spider were still having their fight, which continued from the earlier phase. And eventually what happens is the spider crawls up the elephant's trunk and bites it, and the elephant dies. But then Shiva is still happy because they were still so devoted and were performing puja to this Linga every day. So as a result, he gives them another janma, and the spider specifically is born as a Shaurya king, and he builds many temples. Over 70 temples he has constructed in Tamil Nadu and the southern part of India, and this is one of them. And you'll notice that if you go there, that shrine is very kind of cramped. No way can an elephant get in there. So specifically he has constructed it so that no elephants can come inside there. So that is Tiruvani Kaval. So that's the temple. The Samajatavi Nilaya will come in the Charanam of the Samajatavi, means forest with many elephants. There is a reference to that. Parvataja Prarthita Uplingam. Uplingam up is the water. Parvataja Parvati Prarthita, she has done penance for this Uplingam. And then this again, you'll notice in every one of these Krithis, the phrase Ananda, Chidananda, Satchidananda will continuously appear. These are all references, while they might be to the Panchabhutas as we can see them, there's something behind that. Which is continuously trying to remind us of this. It's like the Panchabhuta lingas are there, but they are manifestation of this Parabrahma. That is what you need to eventually attain. The Panchabhutas are one way of seeing this Parabrahma. But this, so immediately in the Pallavi itself, Vijananda Amrita Bodham Dehi is what he asks Shiva. Give me that realization of the Parabrahma. The Raga is Yamuna. Yamuna Kalyani is what it has been kind of renamed to in southern India, but Yamuna is the name of it in the Dikshita tradition. Dikshita spent some time in his childhood in Varanasi, in northern India. He learned Shastras and things. There he picked up some of their tunes, the Hindustani tunes. You'll see that very evident in this composition. And also Yamuna, the water, the Krithi itself will be flowing like back and forth. You'll see that in the Sangadis. The Ragamutra will be extremely evident in this one. No hiding at all. One very interesting line is at the end. Nirvishesha Chaitanya Niranjana. Again, reference to the Parabrahma. But then Guru Guha Guru. This line you can take it in several meanings. Two meanings, really. Guru Guha Guru. One way to think of it is Guru Guha is Subramanya Muruga. Shiva is the father of Muruga. Father is the first Guru. Father is the one that does the Brahmopadesham and everything. So father is the first Guru. You can say Shiva is the Guru of Guru Guha. Guru Guha because he was the Guru of Dikshita. So Guru Guha Guru, you can take it in that meaning. The other meaning you can take it is the one whose Guru was Guru Guha. In the nearby temple of Swami Malai, there's an episode where Subramanya does the Upadesham of the Pranava mantra to Shiva himself. Of course, these are all like Leelas done for our benefit. They are all the same. Shiva, Muruga, they are all the same. But these are to show the jnana that is Swarupa, that is Subramanya. This Leela was done. And so in that position, Subramanya is acting as the Guru of his father. So there you can say the one whose guru is Guru Guha, you can take Guru Guha Guru that way. So there's two interesting meanings that you can pull out of that line there. This is one of the slower Krithis. This is Yamuna Kalyani. It's kind of a slow paced Krithi. All of the other ones generally are going to be kind of Madhyama Kala. This one is going to be somewhat slower. So we present that Yamuna Ragam. Dikshitam is very fond of the Rupakatalam, especially the double Kalai Rupakatalam. We should put as Tisra Eka here. And so this is that. Bye. Is a Swayambhu Linga. If you go to Tiruvanekkaval, you'll be able to see that there's water in the surrounding area of that Linga itself. That is referenced here. Ambal is known as Akhilandeshwari. So of course we have to, we'll sing about Dikshidhar and Jambukeshwara and Akhilandeshwari. Of course have to present that good shortly here. Ragam Vijavanti. One of the ragams where Dikshidhar has really set the tone of the raga. He's composed Akhilandeshwari and Chaitashri Balakrishna. So, Vijavanti as it is called, Vijavanti it's known by many. Anita. Shakti are inseparable. As you can see, the two ragams chosen for these Jambuvati and Akhilandeshwari, both very heavy kind of bhakti ragams with lot of flowing and devotion. It's evident. You can see that in this Krithis. Kind of meant to be together. Okay. So we'll go to Kanchipuram, Prithvi Lingam, the earth. Again, Abhishekam is not done here to the Lingam itself. And Kanchipuram, there are many stories here. Ekambreshwara is the name of the Lord there, meaning the Lord of the mango tree. The special property of this mango tree is that it only bears one fruit. So Eka Amra Ishvara. And as you see in the past 4 Krithis, Ambal's name has been mentioned. That specific Ambal for that temple has been mentioned. For this one, Chintayama Kandamula Kandam, the Ambal, which is Kamakshi, is not referenced in the Krithi itself. One reason for that may be because for all these other ones, the Ambal is situated in the temple itself. Kamakshi Amman has her own temple, which is a little bit farther away from the Ekambreshwar temple. So maybe that's the reason. But Uma is referenced, Soma Skandam is referenced, Bhairavi Prasangam. So, of course, Shiva will always be with Shakti. It's not that Shiva is not become Shakti. Kamakshi Amman is as a separate temple here. Kamakshi Amman has just done penance to attain Shiva here. It's the Tirukkuriputtonda Nayanar was a washerman. He used to wash all the clothes of the Pandits and people who came there. And one day Shiva himself came disguised as a old Brahmin, and he said, "Okay, can you wash my clothes? These are the only clothes I have. So if you don't return them to me by sunset, that's it. I cannot. I need clothes, right?" So he said, "Yeah, sure. You can wash them by sunset." So then he starts washing them, but then Shiva causes it appeared to look as if the sunset is about to happen already before he can finish washing. He puts the clouds and makes it look like the sunset is going to happen. The washerman gets really sad and he says, "Okay, this is it." So he's going to break his head on the washing stone itself. But then Shiva comes and says, "You've been doing great service for all the Bhagavatas who have been coming here to Kanchipuram. So I'll give you the moksha." And it is the story of Tirukkuriputtonda Nayanar, famous Nayanar from the Kanchipurasthanam. Chintayama Kanda Mulakandam, Chedasri Somaskandam. So together with Uma and Murugan, the Shiva is presiding there. We present that. Before that, Kamakshi, since I said Kamakshi Amman is not mentioned in the Kriti, we have to of course mention Kamakshi. We not go to Kanchipuram and not see Kamakshi Amman. So Shyama Shastri's composition, he has taken Kamakshi as the consort of Ekameshwar itself. So we can see that in this composition. Purvinayadagam, Mr. Shabutaram, Innu Vinagamari. Kanchi Negamra Pati Manodharini Shri Gamaya Shri Nagamushano Kanchi Negamra Pati Describing the large Nandigeshwara, that is the Vahana of Shiva. Nandigeshwara is the Adharam of the Mridangam. That is why he wanted to hear more Mridangam today. So we all got an excellent Dhanyavad. So Nandigeshwara is the Adhara Devate of Mridangam. So we have seen all the Panchabhutatmakam Krithis. And throughout I mentioned that this Chidananda, Satchidananda, Parabrahman is the Adharam for all of these. We are seeing the same Parabrahman through different windows. Right? There is one very famous old example that people will say, if you have gold and you take it, you can make it into many different ornaments. You can make it into bangles, you can make it into chains, necklaces, earrings, all of those. Right? But if you melt it back down, it is all just gold. In the same way, the Parabrahma is manifesting in all these different forms. Humans, animals, stones, plants and everything. It is the same Parabrahma that is present through all of them in the Panchabhutas. If you want a more modern example for the modern minded people here, if we have so many types of software these days. All of it boils down to some binary code at the end of the day, right? Some zeros and ones. From those zeros and ones we can create robots. Today we can create artificial intelligences that are basically like humans. So if we can do that with this binary code, Parabrahma can create humans easily, right? We are creating this artificial intelligence with these zeros and ones. The Parabrahma is manifesting in so many different forms. We can see that. That is the underlying backbone throughout all of these Krithis. That is taken up by Sri Tyagaraja in the Krithi Paramatmudu Velige. In the Charanam he mentions Gagananila Tejo Jala Bhumaya Magu. So all the Panchabhutas are the forms of the Parabrahma. Mriga, Khaga, Naga, Tarugotu Nalam. So Mriga, animals, Khaga, birds, Naga are mountains, Tarugotu, the trees, Sagunamulo, Vigunamulo. So you can meditate on the Brahma as with Guna. All the Bhagavan we see here are Saguna Brahma. You can also meditate on it as Nirguna Brahma, Vigunamulo, Satatamu, Paramatmudu Velige. So that effulgent light, you should see it. That is what is expressed here. We will quickly present that and move to the mantra. Hariyata Harudata is said in the Anupalavi. That is a very important thing. We have Hari and Hara right there. Those are both the same Parabrahma. That is a very important point that Narayanan makes throughout here. That we have seen represented very good. Hariyata Harudata Hariyata Harudata Hariyata Harudata
What an amazing performance. Please give a big round of applause. So just in genesis of this program, Panchabhutatmakam Shivam, I just handed the canvas and the paint to Sreeram ji, and he assembled Krish, Mohan, Mr. Skanda Narayanan ji and Aarti, Shankar ma'am, and came up with this theme and this flow. So I can't thank you guys enough for this performance. I hope that the storytelling for the children, I think only two or three are here, but came through. We as children experience such constant performances, and that was one thought process. We want to bring back the mini concert series, so anybody here who wants to propose an idea and a theme and can come with a strong program like this, we really welcome you all. And KMGG is in support of that, our president. So thank him for this thought process and the audio support by Mohanji and Krithis. And after the performance, please correct that.
Finally, to again establish this theme of Brahma is the manifestation that is coming in all of these different Panchabhuta forms. There is a shloka by Sri Shankar Bhagavad in the Vedasara Shiva Stotram. He says, Na bhumir na chapo, na vanhir na vayuhu, na chakashamaste, na tandra na nidra. So, one who is not constrained by the bhumi, the apaha, the water, the fire, air, akasha, any of the five elements, is not constrained by that. Not constrained by tandra, by laziness or kind of not doing anything, and nidra, sleep, and not by na choshnam, na sheetam, na desho, na vesho. So not by heat or by cold, by the place or the form. Na yasyasti murtihi. So the murti, for whom those are not there. Those are not there, meaning he's not constrained by those things. Trimurtim tamide. So the murti that can take the forms of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, as well as all these many forms, but again still not constrained by any of these materialistic things. That is the murti that Bhagavad is giving his salutations to. We will conclude that shlokam and the mangalam that follows it. This opportunity during this Kartika Masam. We all got to participate in the Shiva Smarana. And thank you to my accompanists, Aarti ji, Nanda ji, and Krish ji for accompanying me. Thank you to all for coming. Hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Hariom. Again, I just want, on behalf of Austin in the Temple, just wanted to thank everyone for listening to them. We heard the Sreeram ji many times in the temple during Navratri and other time frames. But this is the first time we are actually hearing him with all the accompanies. So thanks to him for doing this and the accompanies. Very said, Kartika Masam, very appropriate for the theme that he has taken along with the artist. So thank you very much. Like Gayatri ji said, We have a beautiful temple here. Saturdays and Sundays, there's no archanas, anything going on here, right? So from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., it's open for concerts like this. So what they proved is you don't need to have really a great hall with a lot of lighting and things like that to have a beautiful concert like this. So we'll continue to have these kinds of concerts.
सर्वदेवतेना